We will now move on to item 16. This is an item to appoint Henry Gonzalez as the Agricultural Commissioner of Monterey County and Sealer of Weights and Measures for a 4-year term of office effective March 14, 2018. And we have HR Director, Lenore Ramirez.
Good morning, and thank you again for this, the ceremony this morning was absolutely fabulous. So I'm here today to ask the board to consider the appointment of Henry Gonzalez as the Ag Commissioner and Monterey County Sealer of Weights and Measures for a 4-year term of office effective March 14, 2018, and authorize an advanced step placement at step 4 for Henry Gonzalez selected for the position of Agriculture Commissioner, salary range in accordance with the Personnel Policies and Practices Resolution effective March 14, 2018. Do I have any questions from the board?
I think this is a good opportunity to have Mr. Gonzalez come up, and if, by way of introduction, take the microphone, and if you could tell for our community out there, this is a very important position, and you've already met with numerous stakeholders as part of this process. But I think the community would like to know just a little bit about your background. You're from Monterey County, left Monterey County now with this position, coming back home. And so if you could just let the community know a little bit about your background and history, and then your insights and your vision in this new key leadership role.
Good morning, Chairman, Alejo, members of the board, Mr. Baumann, Mr. McGee. Thank you so much for this opportunity to serve the County of Monterey as Agricultural Commissioner and Sealer of Weights and Measures. It is quite the honor for me. I came from the field here in Monterey County. At 13 years old, I was working with the short-handled hoe, thinning lettuce in the field, working as a member of the United Farm Workers. I went to local schools, Sanborn Elementary, El Sacel High, Hartnell College, before I transferred over to Fresno State University to study agriculture. I came back to Monterey County, started working for the Agricultural Commissioner's Office as a temporary, no benefits, minimum wage employee, but never missed the day's work from that point on. I was promoted 6 times up to the position of Chief Deputy Agricultural Commissioner before I was recruited and taken away by the County of Ventura to serve as their Agricultural Commissioner for the past 9 years. It is truly, I believe, a blessing for me to be able to come back here as Agricultural Commissioner and Sealer of Weights and Measures and to serve this community. I have so much kinship here, figuratively and literally. I brought my mom here with me today. Her name is Ruth Covarrubias. I brought her here today so that she could witness. She has been my greatest motivator. She's the one who, once when we were working in the fields and an inspector came to check the plants, she told me, "You see that man over there, son? You go to school, you study hard, and you can be an ag inspector too." And it came to be. And here I am today before you. And I just want to say thank you very much.
Thank you. And your mom? Your mom's first name?
My mom's first name is Ruth. The last name is Covarrubias.
Go ahead, Luis. We want to welcome, every time we got our parents in the room, we want to give you special recognition for all your hard work and for being with us as well today.
Is it okay to take a photograph?
Yeah, of course. Let's give his mom a round of applause too for doing that. You want to turn around and take a photo?
Do you mind if I get it?
Yes, of course. Yeah. You want to give it a center?
Sure.
You get the whole word.
Right. Let's get over there too.
Got it. Perfect, thank you.
Oh, you're
So
good.
now we will
Keep going.
bring this back to the board for comments from the board. Supervisor Salinas.
Thank you, and Henry, welcome back home, Henry. I mean, I know before in the 90s you were there with SCIU working with the employees, representing them and working hard to bring some understanding between management and labor, so we appreciate all your work. Just remembering to your mom, señora Covarrubias, bienvenida. A su hijo le damos la bienvenida aquí al condado de Monterrey. Sé que tenemos un historial comparable porque yo también anduve en el cortito aquí en el Valle del Pájaro, Valle de Salinas, en la presa de la lechuga trabajando. Y su hijo tiene una historia importante que decirle a los otros estudiantes, que un sueño se puede realizar con trabajo, dedicación y disciplina. So Henry, just want to welcome you back. You've got a story to tell. And I'm glad you're back because you can tell the young students at LSL where you went and other students throughout the valley that they can dream, but with discipline and persistence they can accomplish that dream. And certainly from my behalf, as I exit at the end of this year, I know Monterey County and agriculture will be in good hands. So welcome back, brother.
Thank you. Thank you. Supervisor Phillips.
Well, congratulations, Henry. I can't think of anybody better qualified. We're always concerned about our succession plans for our department heads here. And yours took a little hiatus, but in some ways that's even better that you have the experience of being heading the department in another county and come back home to do this. So congratulations.
Thank you.
Other supervisors. Supervisor Parker.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Just really appreciate, we really had a thorough process, and I'm pleased that not only do we have someone who grew up here, really knows Monterey County, has a strong agricultural commissioner background in terms of experience, and also can speak to the experience of the workforce. I think that's really important, and we look forward to working with you.
Supervisor Adams.
Thank you, and thank you very much for returning and coming back home. You have a very compelling story, and I know that we shared with a lot of people. So I thank you very much for that, and I as well appreciate the perspective that you bring. Having come up through the ranks, I think that really provides a very special perspective, and I'm delighted to have you back home. So thank you for accepting the position.
And Mr. Gonzalez, I want to really tell you and your family, thank you. I think you're an example of what we want our young people to do. You've lived it. We all came from migrant farm worker families, but you went on to get your education with the support of your mom and your family. And then you came back, and we always tell young people, when we grew up, sometimes as you saw the hard work our parents did, and so our parents and grandparents wanted us to do something different, something better, not to be working so hard under the hot sun out in the fields. But you were the example. That you don't have to leave agriculture. There's a lot of other important leadership roles within agriculture, and you did just that. You rose up through the ranks. Now to be one of the few Latino county commissioners in the state of California is really a big thing. And we like to tell our young people in ag, there's marketing, there's the biotech research, there's a lot of other positions in agriculture, but it's our #1 industry. And I think nobody in this role could represent it better than you, who have come through all the ranks. You've worked out in the fields, you've done that hard work, and I think that's an inspiration for our next generations of young people throughout the Salinas Valley. And as Simone said, this is you coming back home. You were born, raised here, your heart's here, your family's here, and now you're coming back home to be closer to your parents. For me, that's really a big thing, and it really shows a lot who you are by having your mom stand right next to you, and I think that's a beautiful thing for our community to see. So with that, I also want to commend you on this new leadership role. So I think we need to entertain a motion on this.
Move staff recommendation.
Second.
Staff recommendation moved by Salinas, seconded by Phillips. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any comment from the public? Seeing that, motion carries unanimously. Thank you very much. Congratulations.
Thank you all. I'm very proud of my son.
Thank you.